Hello and welcome to the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2018 from Tallinn, Estonia. Some very beautiful buildings here in the old town of the medieval city. But we're here for the European Curling Championships inside the Tonderaba Ice Hall for the matchup between Scotland and Sweden in session 4.
Czech Republic.
Teams just making their way onto the ice as we take a look at Team Scotland. Lauren Gray at lead, Victoria Chalmers at second, Jennifer Dodds the third player, and the familiar face of Eve Muirhead at skip. Team Sweden, Sofia Marbergs at lead, Agnes Knockenhauer, the second player, back in today, Sarah McManus third, and Anna Hasselberg the skip. Here are the standings so far, just after one round robin game. Finland, Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and Sweden picking up wins yesterday. I am Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by 2002 Olympic gold medalist Rona Howie. But we'll take a look at the other games going on this morning. Switzerland take on Czech Republic. Our feature games: Scotland versus Sweden, Latvia versus Denmark, Finland, Germany, and Italy taking on Russia.
Thank you.
So Rona, a very key game for both sides. Both these teams will be looking to make the playoff stages. And who comes into this as favourites, do you feel?
Yeah, I think we're in for a really good game. It's hard to call who's favourite right now. These teams haven't really met this year. They're both last year's finalists. Obviously Scotland winning gold and Sweden winning silver last year. As you say, both these teams will be expected to be playing in the playoff stages. So I think it's a hard one to call today.
Sweden will be getting us underway. Sweden playing the Yellowstones, Scotland the red, and this is Sofia Marbergs, 25-year-old. Part of the team that picked up an Olympic medal earlier on this year.
Yeah, there's some curl massive into there, but it's more than draw shot. I think that's good. Put a pound on.
For Scotland, the lead player, Lauren Gray. Full-time athlete now.
Line's a little tight. Line's good!
Yep, Scottish quartet are fully funded.
Wait only.
Train full-time at the new National Curling Academy in Stirling.
6, 7.
But Eve's just back from pretty major surgery earlier this year. After last season finished, she had surgery on her hip, so she's not fully recovered as yet. But it's good to see her back on the ice competing.
Do you think that could be a factor in the championship, Rona?
It may be. You know, she hasn't tested her fitness out throughout a whole week championship, so it will be a busy, you know, they've got 9 games in the round robin and potential playoff games. So that could be a factor as the week goes on.
So there are the rules of play. A new format for Europeans this year: 5 stone free guard zone, 6 ends minimum. 38 minutes thinking time and 1 60-second timeout.
Line's good. Line's a little tight. Line's good. Wait only. Line's good. Line's good.
Just sweeping this one really hard for line and weight.
Just want a half check on the yellow. Great shot there. Well swept.
We actually dragged it quite far.
Do you think the 5-rock free guard zone has been a great addition to the game, Rona?
Absolutely. Great addition, more stones in play, and makes it much more exciting for players. And if teams are down in the game, they've got that opportunity to come back.
Agnes Knockenhiller, second player, back in today. Wasn't feeling 100% yesterday, so alternate was used.
Also working this one really hard to get it right in, just coming up short.
Lots of work being put in by the front end to try and sweep this one past the yellow guard.
Scotland looked at opening it up. They have got last stone here, but now decided to draw around on the out turn.
Vicky Chalmers for
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yep, Vicky Adams as was, got married in the summer. That's a pretty nice result. The angles worked out well there. So Sweden quite happy to junk up this end and keep the centre all blocked and have play behind.
Another very nice stone from Sweden, just tapping the yellow into the button.
That was a great shot from Agnes. So Scotland now realise that's a danger. We need to get this open and get away into the forefoot. They would love to score 2 here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of chase around that centre guard now. Chalmers for Scotland, just looking to open things up.
Good. I was just trying to hold that. Good. We didn't need to hold it. That's right. Nice too, Vic. Yeah, good, Vic.
Yep, nice double clear.
No. Pretty. Oh, there.
Eve just having a look at the angles. She knows Sweden are going to put up a guard here. Just looking to see what she has. Sarah McManus just putting up another centre guard.
At what point do you make a play on the stones in the house, Rona?
I think it will depend the angles that, because this guard is a pretty good guard, it's in a good position, it is blocking Scotland's way in, so they have to clear it right now. But if that guard was ever to be a couple of inches either way, Scotland may be tempted to play in the house at that point. But with third stones, Eve will be quite happy just to clear it. So didn't clear the guard off. Just jams that top one. So Sweden still lie one on the button. Scotland lying second and third. Jennifer Dodds, the new addition to Team Muirhead this year at third position. She played last year with Hannah Fleming at the World Women's Championships.
Sarah McManus for Sweden. Trying to get around this long centre. Lots of rotation on this one. Just kisses the guard.
Oh, it's finished in one of the worst places it really could. Now gives Scotland the opportunity to move both of these. She was so close to getting past here. Just slithers the guard.
Bra spel, jättefin fart. Tror inte den skulle greppa.
Lots of communication between Eve and Jennifer there, just to let each other know exactly where they want to hit this one.
Yeah, and Scotland wouldn't have had a chance to really move that one off the button if Sweden hadn't put this here. So that was an error from Sweden. Give them the chance here.
Just caught that one a little thicker than they would like. Had to wait for it to take the curl.
Yeah, had to make sure they were making contact first and foremost. So Scotland lie one. Sweden just looking to raise the yellow onto the red, but it's fairly tight past the guard. It's not an easy raise. "29 years of age, Anna Hasselberg. Just playing a quiet weight tap back. And plays that really well. Spreads out her two yellows in the house. Really good result.
It finished nice.
Yeah, it finished nice.
You will probably play easy on barrier. Okay, just a nice barrier. Okay. Yeah.
Eve Muirhead just looking for a hit and flop in behind that centre. Eve at her 11th European Championship.
Just barrier! Just barrier!
Lots of experience.
Yep, medalled at 8 so far.
Oh, really nice shot.
Lovely stone.
Bugger. Good, well set. Good Eve, nice weight. I know, we need a knee. Yeah,
just doesn't get fully in behind. So Anna Hasselberg might be able to see an edge. Come down, hack weight, push this through.
Yeah, and it's not far off the line that Anna came down with her last one. Quieter weight, tap back. Sweden would dearly love here to hit and stay in the house and force Scotland to a 1.
Sweeping this one for the line early.
A lot of rotation on this stone.
And they're going to hold the yellow out wide. They are.
Ah, lovely shot. A nice controlled weight to keep the shooter in the head. So Scotland forced to take their 1 now.
In this situation, first end, do you play the hit or do you go after the draw?
I gave up, but quite happy just to hit this one on the nose. Facing 2. Take the 1 and get on the scoreboard.
They sound as if they're happy with this one. So final stone hits the nose and holds in the 8 foot for Scotland to strike first and take a 1-point lead after the first end.
Jag sa det att vi, så här, för att vi curlade ganska bra där nu också när vi spelade med Anna. Och deras curlade också lite så att, att det kanske växer lite curl när det kommer ner. Men
Okay, I think she'll come round. I don't know if she'll throw a corner. I don't know. She might even. Yeah, I know. We'll see. Okay. I think she'll throw a corner.
I was all there. All there. Line's real good. Tight. Line's perfect. Line only. Line's perfect. Curling out. Line's really good. Curling
Second end underway.
Yep, go back. Go. Okay, good. Nice one.
Scotland throwing up the centre guard.
Yeah, nice.
They lead by 1. Plenty of stones in play in the first end run up. And this is something we've seen with this 5-rock free guard zone.
Yeah, it's great because you can get more guards up and play, and teams can go for bigger ends. But we see this tactic quite a lot when team who have scored put up the centre guard and the opposition will just draw to the wing to keep things open, keep it out to the wing. We heard the teams talking in the break between ends that Scotland were trying to guess whether Hasselberg would put up a corner guard or come into the rings. So yeah, it's one of these ones now with the 5-rock rule. You can't control what your opposition do, but you can control what you do. And And I think that's where teams are still working out and finding out the best for them. If their opposition do X, then they'll do Y, or, you know, and I think it's just having that game plan. So that's come up as a corner guard, a bit shorter than they were wanting. That Stone has guarded the Scottish Stone in the rings. So now Scotland can come round the centre guard. See the time clock there. Time the Stone hog to hog. So a great opportunity now for Scotland to come round top tee.
Line's good! Jen! 5-6. Line's good! Top 4. Okay, good.
14-8, so pretty similar to yesterday's speed of ice. Ah, great shot there from Vicky.
Is that is that fast ice, or is that what you would expect?
That's pretty perfect speed of ice. That's what the players will be happy with. 14.5 to 15's a good range of speed. The ice conditions, you know, have been fantastic from game 1 yesterday, so hopefully they'll be like that all week.
Oh, Agnes Knockenauer trying the run back, just misses the one in the house. Scotland will look to protect the 2 reds they have.
Okay.
Another 4 or 5 feet less.
Yep. Wait's nice.
Okay, tight. Okay, 3.
Vicky Chalmers just been asked to guard this red in the centre line.
Center line. Line's okay. Easy. 3. Easy. 2. Coming down. Easy. Let it stop. Let it stop. Let it stop.
A real late finish. So maybe just going to over curl.
Okay.
Okay.
Right side again.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cover the right side.
Well, there's some experience on the bench, isn't there, Rona?
Certainly is. Wayne Madoff for Sweden and Glenn Howard for Scotland. The Canadians are taking over the European bench right now. Both, there's quite a distance between them. Do you see that? There's not much communication happening.
Yeah, played for so many years on the same team.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some friendly rivalry banter happening before the game's out. So Sweden realising they're in a bit of danger, trying to raise that one onto one in the house. Just misses it, so does open it up though. Just catches the second yellow. Spins through the reds. So Jennifer Dodds just looking to replace that centre guard.
Lots of communication between Eve Muirhead and the sweepers.
Yeah, it's so important for the sweepers to communicate what weight's been played so they can really make the best of every stone. That's good there. Guards the stone in the forefoot anyway, at the top of the...
Would you say that's a strength of this young Scottish side, the communication?
Yeah, definitely. It's a really important area in the game, and you'll always hear that communication, and if that starts to go, that's when problems arise. So it's always good to have that. And they're really good at just communicating constantly to the head so that they can make the best of every stone played.
2 reds go away. Nice shot from Sarah McManus.
Has left a centre guard, however, for Scotland to come around. But it is a yellow one that Sweden could then raise in.
The same as drop shot for you. Hard early, Lauren. Hard early. Tight. You gotta go. 6. Hard. 7. 6, 7. Hard. Line only. Okay. Whoa. 8. Line only. 8. Back 8. Line only. We can't for weight.
So Sweeper's just saying it's got plenty of weight. They want it to stop top tee.
Good, Dan. Okay. Okay. We have to go for it.
Right on the button.
And Jennifer Dodds, technically one of the best throwers on the ice.
Yeah, very steady, strong delivery. Square hips and shoulders. Everything very solid.
Another run back from Sarah McManus, and disappointed she doesn't hold the shooter.
Lite mer utåt för den.
Men den låg ju verkligen så här, Agnes ska ta den. Jag bara, nej, den ligger på träff, men den ligger inte där.
All the finishers can hold line in.
Yeah.
So a chance now for Eve Muirhead to come around. Lie 2. So Sweeper saying that the weight's good. They're happy with it.
Back 4.
So a new role for Vicky Chalmers as well this year, coming into the head. So that one just didn't curl as much. Sweden will be able to see most of it.
So we're going to jump across to one of the other games that's going on. Latvia trailing Denmark. Denmark 1 up after the first end. Iveta Stasa Sarsuna, the skip for Latvia. The final stone. Playing against 2. Difficult draw.
She needs to navigate her way through pretty staggered guards.
Through the port. All about the weight now. And this one looks to be well played. Pulls up back of the forefoot to level the game at 1-1 after 2 ends. Anna Hasselberg with a chance to hit and hide behind that centre.
Just playing a delicate hack weight, trying to get the inside. Oh, great shot. Maybe a fraction too far yet. It's come out the other side. So Eve Muirhead will be able to come in at a similar weight on the other hand and tap it back.
Shots were coming down nice.
Lite nice att de byter sida i alla fall. Men det hade kunnat vara perfekt om det...
Yeah, so just easy hack. Okay. Yeah, as long as you put it out the 8 foot. Cool. I like that ice.
I think that ice is good.
I think that'll be good.
Eve Murid should be able to see around half stone from the hack.
Wade's good.
See the green light just indicating that the stone was released before the hog line.
Easy hack. Easy hack. Yeah, you got it. I'll go with
So
it.
beginning to move now.
Go. Hard. Keep going. All the way, right out.
Ah, perfect weight. Pushes the yellow through
Nice shot.
and leaves 2 reds in play. Do you go for the blank here, or do you take your 1?
I think Sweden will be trying for the blank. They need to remove the double and spin out themselves here. But it was important for Eve to keep that counter in the house and force Sweden to play against 2. So I think we'll see quite a big weight here.
She's actually dropped away.
She's dropped the weight.
That's the final stone of this second end. Dropped
She
away,
must
looking
think
to-
the double's too difficult to get the roll out as well. Just going for her 1.
Great sweep. And Sweden take the single to level the match at 1-1 after 2 ends. So a steady start for both sides as we head into the third.
I know we were still quite early on, but they'll go short, so if we come round it again, and then if it means...
I guess it's similar down to the first.
Yeah.
And even instead of coming, you know, we came round with my one in the first
No,
inning,
I was thinking about that. I still think that was
You still
right. I think so. If we take the double, they were just going to nose our red, and then it was end over.
Okay.
I quite like that one. But,
Den kom lite utifrån också.
Ja.
Alltså, jag tror inte att det är jätteskillnad på 11 och 10 här när det går så pass rakt. Jag tror att det är lite så här. Hade jag slidat tajtare satt den rakt så.
Ja.
Det är bra.
Bra.
Bra linje!
Bra fart, Hake!
Hake nära.
Jättefin linje!
Hake nära.
Helt okej
Klara
linje!
sten.
Bra linje!
Går extremt rakt tjejer.
Third end, all square, 1-1. Scotland versus Sweden here in Tallinn, Estonia.
Bra Frida.
Tonderaba Ice Hall
Bra Livia!
for the European Curling Championships.
Wade's good. 7. Not 6, 7.
For
Line
line!
only. Line only.
You need to go wait!
Line only.
Okay,
Line's
it's
fine.
It's fine, it's fine.
Line only. 9.
No.
She's definitely back at your feet.
At
About
least.
12.
She's going to stick.
This one from Lauren Gray, just drifting to the
Okay.
back ring.
Sorry. Anio's heavy on the hand there.
Why is it so important, the stone positioning of the leads, Rona?
Well, basically the stone position dictate how the end's going to be played out. And skips have quite a clear plan in their head when they start the end. So the leads are the ones that set it up.
Okej, nej aldrig i så fall.
Scotland do have last stone here. They could have put up a corner guard to try and generate a 2 that way. But they thought if they come round onto the 4-foot first, put a bit of pressure on Sweden.
That's okay, but let's just play for that.
Okay.
No, freeze. Play into the freeze.
Back 8 weight, Eve. Yep. Okay.
Same weight.
So Lauren Gray just being asked to come in and freeze that yellow at the back.
Back in, back 12. Line on left. Whoa. Back 12. Back 12. Back 12. She's a little further than the last one.
So Vicky just saying it's a bit heavier. Just wanted a dead freeze.
Okay.
Not happy with that one. Couple of poor shots in from Scottish lead.
Yeah, it now gives Sweden the opportunity to come round top tee and control the top of the forefoot. And that's why Lauren will be annoyed with herself. See the time clock. Sweden.
Jättefin linje! Plats! Ha plats! Wow!
15-1.
15, Sara.
So that'll be pretty close to tee weight.
Bra Agnes, bra.
So it was a good weight there from Agnes Knockenhauer, but just didn't curl enough at the end to go behind the cover.
Bra, härligt.
But straight away Eve recognises that guard is a dangerous stone for them.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Looking for the run back. This one just curled up. And well, just lost that one at the end. Just didn't stay focused. And Becky Chalmers there just disappointed that they didn't call the swooping on early enough.
Yeah, really unlucky result there.
Just a little bit of lapse in concentration really, Rona, I believe.
So Sweden have got that counter in the top of the forefoot there. Happy to guard that. Quite a long guard. Is there a gap through there for Scotland? The Swedish team also communicate a lot. We were talking earlier about how important it is. Always constantly looking for feedback on their shots. Trying to improve.
Whoa! Whoa! Jing! Whoa!
So there is a way through here for Vicky just to tap back. Well played.
Nice shot, Beck. Good. Well said. Really nice.
Finns den?
Tror jag. Hålet känns väl lättare, eller? Ja, det var det jag menade, tror jag.
Vilken hand?
Samma.
Men då sätter vi ner den så, tänker jag. Det går inte. Vi måste vara på den här hållet.
Ja, det hållet finns inte.
Därifrån. Alltså jag ser ju 50%.
We are taking a look at Finland versus Germany. It is all square. They're in the third end.
Men hålet så måste du ändå curla över dit.
German
Du kan inte
skip
sätta den så.
Daniela Jentsch with her final stone.
Om vi sätter den åt det hållet sätter vi den ju där.
Här finns den inte,
Looks to
Anna.
be sitting one.
Alltså du behöver ju bara träffa en flisa.
Attempt to try and
Här
make
behöver
it
du
two.
övercurla hela stenen.
Då duttar du, du rycker hela tiden. Du har
Jag
inte
hör inte vad ni säger, kom ner.
Alltså, för dig.
Den finns ju verkligen. Den finns inte bara.
Det finns inte här, Anna.
Alice!
Trying to hit and roll off the outside one. Hasn't played a lot of weight. And just catches that one in the nose. And it looks like it's only a single point for Germany. It is. They take the lead and that one 1-0 over Finland.
Sweden still discussing what to do here. They could just follow Scotland down.
Sprättaren, jag
Just
gillar.
play a
Ja, gillar det.
tap back.
Tänker typ att man kan spela en 11 och
I think
Vad
that's
sa du att
maybe
du
what
hade?
they're
Vad hade du?
decided on.
Bara sprätta! Marginal i centern!
Och vi vill inte bara spela en 11 vilka var kunde rädda.
Nej, Anna tror inte hon är rädd att
They're going to peel the guard.
Do you think there's a port there to come down at weight without catching the red and the back yellows?
I think if they played a down weight, like a back ring to hack weight, they can easily come through the guards.
Wow, rent, ja!
She's maybe just trying to nick it out here.
Hårt! Järnet!
They put up that guard in the first place, so they're now peeling it off, which gets a bit frustrating when you've done that.
Hit behind the guard.
Back it!
So a
Just
chance for
rotate
Scotland
line
now
and
to
you
come
can
up and
try
freeze
sweep
the back yellows, lie 2.
Just join to the back one.
It's just amazing how the end can turn around in one stone.
Straight this way.
Sweden were lying 3 and guarding, and all of a sudden Scotland are now drawing to lie 2.
Okay, couple feet earlier than I gave you last time. Yep.
Back line! Clean!
Back line!
Clean! Yep!
Back line!
Yep! Whoa!
Whoa!
Good!
Back
Good!
line!
Just dead freeze!
Back line! We're
Dead
bumping.
freeze! Dead
Bumping.
freeze! No free! No bumping!
Bumping for sure.
Yep! Vicky! Good!
Just bumps the yellow back, holds it in the 12 foot.
Do lie 2.
Okay. Alright, just a bit heavy.
There's the double there for Sweden.
That really curls in at the end.
Vad sa du?
Har vi den?
Nej, vi har den!
Okej.
Rent! Rent! Oh! Rent! Ja! Ja! Hårt! Gå, Fria! Gå,
Makes the double, does it squeeze the red out the side door, hangs on. Does leave Sweden sitting 2 though.
Yeah, hit it on the top one. Yeah, Eve had hers here.
Barrier!
So what it's doing. And she was a nice
Doesn't
weight.
matter if we jam. Just get the roll.
Even an overroll is okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just unlucky. Tried to hold it with the sweeping. Just bites on the back ring.
Yes, också. Hon var så här, den raka borde sitta i hålet.
Yeah, important for Scotland here. They just want to get their shooter to get the roll behind the guard.
Whoa! 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 Up! Warren!
Looking for a curl now.
Go, Vicky! Go! Ah, nice throw, Jen.
Doesn't quite get in behind the red though.
First one finished in half. I 8, hade det, eller var det 38?
Ja, så länge vi har fart. Så länge vi inte sätter den där. Då. Spela inte han först, jag spelar sista 12.
So let's take a look at the 2 skips.
Liten dag om vi skulle sätta ner den. Så vi vill ändå
Both have got their very strict pre-shot routines.
Jag vet, men
Anna Hasselberg always cleans her slider.
Yeah, very deliberate things that they do before they get set in the hack.
Yep, Eve starting for a higher up position, probably due to the recent surgery, to be fair, and Anna Hasselberg's much lower. But both have very focused eyes on the target, which is the main thing. They're on this early.
Very square throw from Anna Hasselberg. This is running straight on her. Well, doesn't manage to make the double either.
Yeah, just unlucky to jam it. As you say, it's quite a square throw. She throws into out with a lot of rotation, so doesn't get as much curl.
Yeah, it's a very deliberate motion, isn't it?
It's just like a nice...
A lot of wrist
nice,
movement in her
solid
out-turn
barrier.
release,
Yeah, I think just with it being a little further
which
out,
gives
I
it the
think
rotation.
there. Yeah. I guess even if we overroll to Evie, that's not...
Because the back one's in.
Even if we overroll a little, that's okay.
If we get the double, like it's a bonus, but let's go for the rollie.
Yeah.
Just like a solid barrier.
Okay.
Always good communication. Make sure the sweepers know exactly where this is going.
Barrier! Solid barrier!
Whoa.
Oh, firm.
Close!
Whoa!
Close!
Firm barrier!
Close!
Whoa.
Yep! Whoa!
Whoa!
Yep! Yep!
Yep! Whoa!
Yep! Whoa! Yep! Yep!
Oh, have they made the roll?
Hard hit. Hard!
Haven't made the roll and they haven't made the double.
Okay.
Oh, it's one of these in-between ones. Frustrating.
Really close. I know. Close. Firm barrier.
Close!
Whoa.
Yep! Whoa!
Whoa!
Very focused.
Yep!
Yep! Whoa!
Yep! Whoa! Yep! Yep!
Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard roll. Hard hit. Hard! Hard, 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 hard.
Just doesn't quite get to where they wanted it.
Eller sätta dubbeln.
Så bara tänka sådär.
Samma fart, eller?
Bara förbi. Jag gillar samma fart. Jag tycker du spelar nice.
Sweden need to watch they don't jam this on the back yellow.
Yeah, could
Or Scotland
potentially
could
give
have
up
a
three.
shot for three, yep. So this is a key shot for Anna Hasselberg.
Ja, jag tror det. Vilken fart? Samma.
She ideally would probably want to hit this
Sådär på förra.
on the inside,
Jag gillar det där.
so it pushes the red out to the side, and she gets a wee roll in behind. Lie two and force Scotland to take one. But a big difference if she does nose it and then Scotland had a chance for three.
11. Bra fart.
Sweden looking for this hit and roll in behind the tight centre guard.
Whoa! Yeah! Nu måste du gå
Having to go for line now.
Hårt!
This one just sneaks past the back yellow.
Bra fart. 11.
Will Scotland go after the two?
There is a potential double for two.
Right in the nose. Even if we do this...
Not too much danger, because even
Better
if
being on the inside. Just give me the same ice.
they can still get shot off the top one.
Yeah, it's a long double, but I don't expect this one to be thrown with too much weight.
No, I think she'll play pretty similar weight to her last one. The barrier, more controlled weight.
Rakt, det känns lättare att spela än 80. Alltså, men det är klart, hade vi kunnat göra. Man får ju en lång dubbel för två, men... Jag såg ju den typ inte, för jag kände bara som att den låg lite åt... Den låg liksom...
Final stone of this third end.
Same way.
Scotland's Eve Muirhead looking for a long double to score two. Going hard on this one now.
That's
Very close. There goes one. Doesn't quite manage to squeeze the yellow out. I think that could be a steal of one. I believe it is. A steal of one for Sweden. Well, so close, but yet so far. And it's now Sweden who get their noses in front. Here we see just didn't curl enough. Another 5 millimeters would have been perfect.
Bara att det är lite... Vi har
Alltså du har min sexa, jag har ju, den var ju den som de sa rakt på träningen, så är de. Men jag har ju klarat över alla gånger med den nu. Det var den här, den var ju kort.
linje. Jättefin linje.
Ganska mycket.
Gå rakt.
Väldigt nära.
Halv 12 just nu. Helt 12.
Vill ni lägga den bra?
Back with the game
Eller eka eller?
in the fourth end.
Den är nära.
Scotland trailing by 1.
Jag säger att den är nära.
Okej då.
Ja, den var ekbar.
Ja. Bra, bra, bra goal.
Jag bara, när vände ner?
För den är inte bra in.
Det var 15-4, men då är det spike liksom. Bra Fia.
Lauren Gray
Okay, line's good.
for Scotland.
Line's good. Line's good. Easy, Vicky. Vicky.
Curling halfway high.
Hard, Vicky.
Halfway. Hard good.
Hard,
So
Vicky.
Scotland now putting up corner guard.
Halfway if you can. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, good sweep. Good, Lauren.
Okay, good.
Typical lead setup you see often. Centre guard and corner guard.
Bra linje. Plats just nu.
Sophia Marberg's 78% for her tournament so far. It's only the second game, but that's a bit lower than she would be expecting to play.
Bara.
Topp 4.
Kommer fram. Fortfarande Agnes ben. Vi har lite curl i den. Vi har jättefin linje. Upp till linan. Räcker där tror jag.
Räcker där.
Riktigt bra tjejer.
Plays a lovely draw around there. Into the forefoot.
Fina stenar.
So Scotland can't remove that top yellow from play. It's in the free guard zone, but they can split it into the house and try and get their shooter to roll over behind the corner.
So 84% for Lauren Gray so far in the tournament.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Back line.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa.
Well, they've actually went for the one in the house. Oh, poor call from Eve Muirhead there.
Sorry, Lauren. My fault.
Acknowledges that it was her fault. They either should have been right off that one from the word go, or trying to get it past the catching edge of the second yellow.
Bra linje. Var är vi?
Mellan.
1 meter.
Fia närmast.
2 meter.
Fia närmast.
Ha lite plats.
Vi ska överlina lite granna. Du måste överlinan. Ja, Fia, gå.
Bra linje nu.
Ja, gå.
Gå Fia.
Ja, gå Fia. Hårt. Lite till. Gå. Härligt Fia. Bra.
So Sweden just double guarding that one on the forefoot. Scotland are now able to peel.
Victoria Chalmers at 85%.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa.
Oh, sticks it right on the nose.
Okay, Beck, nice throw. Sorry, Lauren.
Unfortunately, she's left two centre guards. Has moved the shot off the forefoot though.
If we spectate, we're going to miss one spot.
Bra linje.
Bra fart!
Bra linje.
4.
Tycker du?
4.
Bra linje.
Mer mot!
4.
Bara ren. Ja.
Lite dutt nästan.
This one looking
Lite dutt.
really good for line. Super's on it now, trying to
Hårt. Gå.
get it past that top yellow.
Gå.
Just grazes it.
Bra, okej, bra. Bra, ska
Det
vi
är
ta Anna?
slidesport tror jag. För den greppar när den kommer in liksom.
The sweepers worked that really hard to try and get it past.
Solid barrier!
Now gives Scotland a chance though. Can see enough to move that.
Normal and just ping them both.
Either or. I've only got like a thin half eve, so.
We take a look
Okay,
at
throw
sheet
normal.
D. Finland versus
Germany.
Germany.
Go, but that's fine.
Looks
Normal.
like Finland
We get it as thick as we can.
already sitting
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Yep.
This is Una Costa. Playing the out turn draw. Just needs to be edge of the button.
Jen. Really hard, really hard, really hard, Jen.
Going hard
really hard,
on the sweep.
Go.
This one going over curl.
Good. Well said.
And they tried to bump it in off the outside red.
I think it did, yeah.
This is very tight. And it's only going to be a single, so a missed opportunity for Finland. So that game all tied after 4.
We've just seen Vicky Chalmers lift a double. Removing all stones from play, so Sweden will now come round this double guard again. Took a fraction more ice here because the last one rubbed the guard.
Great weight control.
Härligt, snyggt, bra satt. Fina stenar tjejer, ni gjorde de där tillsammans ändå. Nu ökar det
Great
så här
weight
mycket.
there, top of the button.
Bra Sara!
You played it in, didn't you?
Auntie.
I thought I threw it pretty.
Eve saying go for the double clear in the
The only
guards.
thing about we're going to block the draw going that way.
We need to give ourselves a chance.
I think we've got to.
So what's
I think so.
Eve thinking with this one, Rona?
Yeah, she's thinking they've got last stone, they really want to score here. And the way the centre's blocked, it's going to be difficult. So she's trying to open the front and make sure she leaves herself a way in with her last stone.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Vicky.
Oh, how unlucky are you?
Twice in the one end. Vicky's first stone and Jennifer's. My goodness.
Then it'll be a red there. It's going to be a red there next time.
Drives the red back onto the yellow.
The only benefit for Scotland is 2 red stones out the front, so if they do that again, they'll get a red one in.
Försiktigt!
Måste vänta.
Okej, vänta, kvala mer!
Nej, Eka.
Helt okej nu! Kom igen nu!
See Sarah was sliding a bit tight there and was really struggling to get the stone back out.
Oh, nice draw in on top.
Ah, great shot.
Alltså det är slidespåret. Det är det
Now Scotland would dearly love to go red onto yellow.
Din curlade ganska mycket också. Mycket finish, nästan på väg att curla över. Agnes gick i det direkt.
Constant communication, feedback.
Just looking to drive this red back onto the red. Very close. Well, opens things up. That long red guard shouldn't be too difficult to get around.
Just not convinced that it's not close to the corners. I just don't know because like they get in first and they just want to hit it.
I know, no, but like no, for like me and Vic.
Against these guys, or you go corner, they get in first, and then unless you make a double rip, you're chasing the whole end, and then you're never ever going to be able to use your corner.
Så det är hellre bädd åt det hållet än bädd åt det hållet.
Det är bra att stanna lite kortare också, hellre det såklart. Men ja, alltså här har hon ändå vilken.
Det var ju där de tävlade. Jag vill inte att de ska kunna spela samma hand och bara liksom klossfrisa eller någonting. Men baggad.
Ja, det går fint bara att det är lite kallare, men det är
Sweden with a chance to drop another one in. Do you think they'll come in with this one or leave a guard, Rona?
They were quite happy to leave a guard. They've got 2 round the guard at the moment. So she'll be quite happy to stop this short and block Eve's draw into the 4-foot. 87% for the tournament so far. This is over Caroline. So it's slightly over curled, but does prevent the long raise.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the deliveries of Team Scotland. Very different.
Yep, Vicky's got a bigger arm extension. Jennifer very square. And Eve, hips and shoulders very square to the brush. Just really, the arm releases are all very different.
Okay, try and run this back into it. Yeah. Vicky, stand up.
So Eve would dearly love to remove both these guards.
Lots of weight on this one.
Okay, good.
And this time we're going to take a look at the Swedish slides and release. Marberg's with the stone underneath her body, really. The Knockenhauer gets really low.
Low in the ice, yes. Sarah's got quite a bent arm, big extension. It's really at release the way that the wrist comes into action with some of them. It's different.
There's no good or no bad though, is there?
No, absolutely not. And everybody does slide differently. But I think it's the principles that, you know, the square hips and shoulders aiming at the brush, that's the key. And the stones under your dominant eye at all times. So that lineup is the key part of the delivery. When you're starting in the hack, if that fundamental is there, the end result's going to be pretty close. It's then just on your release. And that's where in a skill-based sport, you know, repetitive practice is so important to get consistency. So deliveries can be slightly different, but as long as you consistently do the same thing, then it's easier for the skip to read the ice. So that one just didn't curl as much at the end as Anna had thought. Does give something for Eve to aim at now. Anna was just wanting to bury that one in a wee bit more, but it's come out into the open for Eve to be able to make a play on it.
Is it possible to get all three moving with this, Rona?
I think she's going heel.
Yeah, I think so when you see that there.
Okay, just a smidgen high. Okay.
She catches where Vicky's brush is, really. Spins the top one and it will spin off the back one. It's like fairly decent weight at it.
Final stone of this fourth end. Scotland facing three. Looking to remove all these yellows.
Must be close.
No, doesn't quite manage to make contact with the top yellow. So there you see it. It's another steal for Sweden. This one just over curls on them. Just misses that top yellow in the forefoot. And
yeah, because he just had to catch that top yellow very thin.
Score after 4. Scotland 1, Sweden 3.
De la ju corner på centern, så det borde de göra. De har inte spelat delay. Och gör de det, då kan vi...
They're not coming and playing unless you guys want to put a corner up.
The only thing I would say is if I had made that shot, I would have forced her to chase us.
Yeah, well, we can put the corner up if you want.
But I'm happy to do whatever.
They're going to go top 4.
Lite tight! Bra linje!
Jag tror det är lugnt. 8-4.
Gå väldigt rakt, bra linje!
Gärna vänta på den. Kommer nu.
Fifth end of this matchup between Scotland and Sweden here at the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships
Kan avsluta den
from
lite, Sara.
Tallinn in Estonia.
Wow.
Tonderaba Ice Hall.
Fin fart, Fia.
Bra.
Jag slider lite tight
Fantastic
bara.
facility, Rona. 3 ice pads in this building. A division, B division, and a curling club. It's not very often we come to a purpose-built facility really like this.
It's fantastic. You know, and curling's a fairly recent addition to sporting life in Estonia. It's not been here for that long, and you know, to have this facility on the doorstep is really great.
Line's perfect. Jen, a little. Good sweep. Nice, Lauren. That's a good spot. Nice touch.
Bra linje!
Det är lugnt.
Var är vi?
Bra fart. Haken nära.
Håll igång lite, Agnes!
Den kommer behöva dra den lite.
Okej,
Kommer
bra
behöva
linje!
dra den.
Haken nära.
Hänger kvar, Sara.
Väldigt nära.
Okej, bra linje. Tung rent om vi kan. Och räcker, behöver inte
Berg's
dra
being
den.
asked for a tight guard.
Den är där själv, Bra.
Yeah, we heard quite a debate with Team Scotland in the break about where to put the lead stones, whether to go for corners or not. So they've decided to do it at this end.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Sheet A. Switzerland 4-1 ahead of Czech Republic. And this is skip Anna Kubeska. Trying to draw against one.
Vicky! Hard, Vicky! Hard, Vicky! Come on, Vicky, go!
Is this one going to pull up? Taranzoni just sweeping that one as it crosses the tee line. And it didn't pull up in time. And it's a steal of one for Switzerland. 5-1 after 4 ends.
So we just saw Lauren Gray play a nice tick. Moved the yellow over to the side and our shooter rolled into cover, and this is what the discussion was about having a corner guard. How do you best use that corner guard in the new 5-rock rule? And it is important for the lead to play that shot to open things up, but also get the shooter to roll. Because even if it is a guard, you don't necessarily need to roll into the house. You can roll and leave a second corner guard. So I think it is important to have that cover there to use. So now the head's wide open for Scotland because Sweden had to play it in the house. And they've now got the opportunity to draw around the corner.
Line's good! Line's really good.
Lauren! Needs to go for weight!
Just keep going for weight. Lauren!
Just trying to get this one to take a curl.
Hard, Lauren. Okay, okay, just a hair light, eh? Yeah, 15 and a half.
Well swept.
No idea what.
So the weight was good to come round the corner, but just didn't curl enough.
Well swept. Good.
Yep, always encouraging the sweepers and thanking them for their hard work.
Bra fart! Rent! 11-2! Bara rent! 11! Japp! 11-2! Wow! Japp! Rent! Japp! 11-2! Wow! Upp lite! Rent! Japp! Wow!
Oh, nice hit and roll. Really takes the corner guards out of play, doesn't it, Rona?
It does.
I think we move this.
Yep.
Alright, bra fart. Hack!
Yeah, hack or barrier if you want the big roll.
I want to roll to here.
I think barrier will need for the big roll, Eve.
Yep.
I'll go easy barrier.
Yeah.
It's not going to bust.
No,
You'll be able to hold it.
Barrier.
Barrier. Clean. Clean.
Clean.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Scotland looking for a hit and roll off this yellow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's get a double. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That worked.
Good.
Not exactly what they were after.
Nice,
Okay, well swept.
So
well swept.
But it does work out fairly well in that the centre's open, plays out to the wings. So there is something now Scotland can generate on either side.
Lite mer. 11. Bra fart. Bara 60. Japp. 11. Lite mer. Japp. 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 Bra Sara.
Bra, 11. Fin fart.
McManus making the takeout. Scotland trying to make a play by going around the corner.
Yeah. I think that ice will be good. You obviously
See
slipped
line.
in from my hand, and that's why I held so straight.
Yep, it was a really good finish.
Hey, bra.
Coming round this corner guard. Just want to bury in behind and try and force an error out of Sweden.
Line's really good.
No need. Vicky.
Hard back.
6.
4.
6. 7.
Wait only.
Line only.
Just
6.
Lauren.
7, 8.
Lauren.
Yeah, we're 8.
Whoa then.
Line
whoa,
only.
whoa, whoa.
Line.
Line's perfect.
Just Lauren if we need to.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Good calling.
Är det del? Jag vill se den inte.
So we jump on to Latvia versus
Bara
Denmark.
spela så. Marginal, ticka garden, rulla centra. Bara fart igenom.
Madeleine Dupont with a chance to extend her lead.
Yep.
That's it.
Bra.
Nej, helt upp. Helt upp.
Aldrig.
Säk igenom.
Aldrig.
Var med den.
Säk igenom.
Var med den. Var med den.
Jag ska köra.
Japp, Agnes, gå.
Fia.
Back with our game though. Is Sweden making that 4 in the house?
Härligt, Sara.
Yeah.
Even long roll.
Okay, barriers.
Yeah, this will curl in nice. Yeah.
A chance for Jennifer Dodds to hit and roll over and lie second shot behind the corner.
It's good.
Clean. Yep. Barrier. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard, Lauren.
This one beginning to move
Hard, Lauren.
over the centre line.
And you rolled it.
Roll as much as you can.
Okay, nice throw.
Wait, okay?
Var det där?
See this one.
Hard, Lauren! Hard, Lauren! Any roll back.
Just didn't
Okay,
get
nice
the roll in behind the guards. I feel it's a bit of a struggle for Scotland so far in this game.
Yeah, they've been chasing ends so far rather than trying to generate. And they've got hammer.
Säker 11!
Bara rent.
Bra fart! 10!
Bara rent.
Säker 11!
But they're only 2 down on the scoreboard.
Japp. Rent.
Need to get a 2 back.
Rent.
Oh,
10,5.
oh,
Bra, bra, härligt. Bra Lir. 10-6.
Bra, snyggt. Bra skippat. Bra.
CCN. We hit and roll over to here. It's not a bad shot.
Wayne Madawes. Who's this?
Yeah, she's always like that, or we hit and roll in behind the corner. That's probably a better shot.
A lot of experience sitting on that coaching bench.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the same for but then if we get it perfect.
Yeah, I like that. Let's just throw like a nice normal.
Yeah, it's Glenn Howard
Just like a
who's
nice
got
normal.
the
Yeah.
most work to do at the 5th end break, I would say.
If we
Do you like normal or do you like barrier?
No, I like normal.
Normal. What did you say, Eve?
If it runs, we just take the double.
Yeah.
So looking just
Okay,
to
go
head
for
and
the
roll
hand
off the
roll
top
then.
one.
So we're just going to take the double.
Okay.
And
A wee bit less, Vic.
second
Yeah.
option was can take the
Just
double.
nice normal.
Okay. Okay.
För då kan man ju, så länge man gör min sida då så. Men alltså här kan man ju, det tror jag också. Det känns, men det skulle kännas naturligt.
View from the other end. Sweeper's working this one.
Well, hits and rolls out of play.
Bit easy, eh? No, it was a wee
What do you feel is the problem so far for Scotland? They're just not getting things right.
They're just struggling with stone placement a wee bit. The hit and rolls are just not rolling to the right place.
Ändå komma fram för
Ja,
det.
exakt. Ja, det är sant. Ta mindre. Ta det du hade först.
Kalla lite.
It's probably just stone placement from the front end as well that's setting up the ends.
Mer finish, mer åt vad det hitåt. Jag tycker det hänger kvar mycket mer.
bitåt ner.
Ja, så det är rakare. Jag tror mindre Sara, jag tror det du visade först.
Får se, det går över linan, men jag tror att det är bra.
Ja, exakt.
Vad är 4 då?
Alltså den jag spelade förra, den var ju lång. Den kommer vara lång hitåt också va?
Ja, det kommer den.
Ja.
Ja, den är nog topp 10.
Ja, precis. Som marginal åt lite lätt.
Good thing is that the head's fairly open, even though Sweden potentially will lie 4. The head's fairly open for Scotland to be able to take their one.
Bra fart! Bra linje! Helt rätt! Gå då! Ni kan bara er.
Bra fart!
I haven't been able to try and generate a 2 with hammer, so go into the 5th end break, reassess and come back out for the next 5 ends.
Bara bajt 8! Okej, räcker. Helt okej linjen då.
Good shot there from Anna Hasselberg.
Ta om lite finish när vi
So the forefoot's open for Eve Muirhead.
Yeah, lots of pressure on this one. Must make shot for Scotland's Eve Muirhead. Can't afford to give up a steal.
Okay, full 4.
And you know the saying, Rona,
It's very similar. Isn't
if
it?
you can't draw, you can't skip.
Absolutely. Well, what does Skips always say to their team? Just show me the forefoot.
Yeah.
I'll make the shot.
Final stone of this 5th end before the break. Lots of pressure on Eve Muirhead, looking for 14.5 seconds, hog to hog.
7! Line's good! I think we need to go a wee bit. 6! Line's good!
Sweepers are 6, 7, so the weight's pretty close.
Line's fine! No, can't clean. Not curling yet, but it's okay.
And they're backing up off this,
Just, yep. You're good. No, we're fine.
but
Well split. Well looked
Perfectly
after.
played.
good shot by the skip. 14.3 on the clock.
Well split. That was 14
So Scotland do narrow the gap to 1. It's Scotland 2, Sweden 3 after 5 ends.
That was
I was, even if we're just saying it to each other.
Second end, Anna Hasselberg facing 2 stones with her last, electing to take one, playing the nose hit. Third end. Sweden sitting 2. Moving your head. Trying the double. This one just didn't curl, which meant it was a steal of 1 for Sweden. Fourth end. Sweden with their noses in front. A triple attempt for Muirhead. Just misses the top yellow. Makes 2 of them go away though. And another steal for Sweden. Elsewhere, Switzerland 5-3 ahead of Czech Republic. Latvia trailing Denmark 5 points to 2. Finland also trailing. They are 2-1 down to Germany. And all tied on sheet E, which is Italy versus Russia.
Good hand, you got a good hand on the ice? Rock's good?
It's a couple of feet down is that draw
Because
there.
I got even a little heavy on it.
14-2 there.
Yeah, we were wondering. I was a little.
Did you all got from home?
We were saying 7-8. No, we thought it was
Not heavy. I think we
But then halfway down, I was like, oh, we knew it was fine halfway down.
Oh, really? Yeah, because we were on it.
It was half a second on from
It was just that button.
So just come down just a smidge.
Yeah, it was all in there.
What about you? Not bad?
Same thing.
Yeah?
Hanging in there.
Yeah?
Alive and kicking.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm missing one layer here. Look.
Ja.
Super
Ja.
weird. Var den tunn? Ja.
Kolla,
You have like
den
the half
tappas.
of
Den
it.
har tappats.
I think it's coming here. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just remember you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
Whether you feel best or not. You know what?
Keep
If you're
talking to each other.
you're doing what
Keep
you love
going.
and you're
Yeah.
doing it well.
Yeah.
Right? So just
So a blank here is not the end of the world
Yeah.
either. So just keep it open and patient. Yeah.
because it's control. It's still
Exactly.
it's still early.
Exactly.
It's you know.
I don't know, but I think they will.
Here are the stats so far, and there you see it. Sweden ahead on the total percentages, 81 to 72. Big difference being the hit percentage. Scotland down at 64%. Italy versus Russia. And Alina Kovaleva trying to take the lead in this matchup. Nose hit for 2. This one looks made. Right down onto the nose. So they will lead 5-3 at the break. Welcome back to the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2018 from Tallinn in Estonia. Tundaraba Ice Hall for this matchup between Scotland and Sweden. Sweden with their noses in front. 3-2 the score. I'm Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Rona Howie. Rona, it's been a very laboured performance from Scotland in the first 5 ends.
Yeah, they just seem to be struggling a wee bit with stone position. With the hits, mainly they're hitting and rolling out or hitting the wrong side. However, there's 5 ends still to go, so a long way to go in the game. There we just see an error from Sweden. They tried to tick the guard that Lauren Gray put up into the rings, but they've just missed it.
Yeah.
But Sweden are playing pretty solidly. They're not giving Scotland many opportunities so far today. See Lauren Gray just a bit down in today's game.
We just need to let it come down. We're probably halfway through just now. 3. Can't touch it for weight.
Just leave it.
Yeah. Come on, die. Dig.
Looking to put some separation between these guards.
Line it up. Sit.
Okay. Willing it to stop.
Maybe throw another one on it.
Yeah, a little bit closer than they would have liked.
Vi kommer ju vilja spela dubbeln åt det hållet, så det är helt okej att vara öppen så.
Yeah, so Sweden looking at them saying, okay, the double on the guards is there later on when we're allowed to hit them. So let's just come round them right now.
Bra linje! Ligger 10! Ja! Wow! Bara ner! Bra fart! Bara ner!
Lite tight!
Bra linje, inte tight!
8-4!
8 är bra! Bra linje!
Ha plats!
Bra linje!
Bra linje!
Håll i linjen lite.
Wow!
Nice draw from Mabergs. Really has had her weight in her back pocket in this draw. Just stone placement has been so good from the front end.
Even back 4 is okay as long as we're
And that really is key with this 5-rock rule now. That stone placement from your front end is what dictates the whole game. It's interesting you heard Wayne Madaw say to the Swedish team at the 5th end break, you know, this is what you love to do. This is why you're here. You love this game. You love playing the sport. Go out there and enjoy it. And I think, you know, a lot of the focus and elitism that's come into curling, sometimes that's forgotten with teams. You know, you want to see a smile. You want to see the players having fun.
You've got to go. You've really got to go.
10 ends is a long game.
Big scrub from the Scottish girls to get that one
Good back. Well swept, Jen.
into the forefoot.
And there's Wayne Madaw and Pia Lindholm. Agnes Knockenhauer not having her best game at 63%.
Yeah, this is our first session on the ice. Wasn't feeling 100% yesterday, so decided to use the alternate. Joanna Helden.
Yep, it was her first international event with Team Hasselberg, and first game she plays a full game.
Stats for Vicky Chalmers. 64 in the game. Not where we would expect to see her.
Jen! Easy knock, Carlin.
We're good. We're 1-2.
Line's good. Jen! 2.
Whoa.
2.
Yep, Jen. Hard, Jen. Hard. Keep going.
Okay, good. Nice back. Good shoot, Vic.
Blocks the path towards the red in the house. Scotland just going to try and cover at every opportunity.
just trying to force Sweden to make an error so that they can capitalise straight away.
How far are they away from the double? Well, they make the double on the guards.
But they do leave a guard over the Scottish stone.
I don't mind that, we're only one down. Yeah, two. But where are you throwing? Barrier. Hardly any. This is not going to do much. Do you like this size then? Yeah, over rolls okay. Yeah. Okay, barrier.
Steady game for Jennifer Dodd.
Working this one hard to hold it.
Was that light? No.
Good throw. Okay. Okay.
Just took off on them. Sarah McManus at 80%.
Current Olympic gold medalist, this Swedish quartet. Would dearly love to be gold medalist here this week.
Yeah, overall's good. Okay, just a touch more than I gave you
Their
last time.
best result was silver last year. To Team Scotland and Eve Muirhead in the final.
Easy, normal.
Once again, we'll take a look at the game on sheet D, Finland versus Germany. And it is Una Kausta facing two German stones in the forefoot. Looks like she's trying to run the yellow back and lift everything. This one looking a little bit high for line at the moment. And just sticks her right on the nose. So that's going to be a steal of 2 for Germany. 4-1 the score in that one.
So Sweden have got last stone at this end. They're just trying to put a bit of separation between their two counters. Quite happy to bring this right back.
Normal? Yeah. Just like that kind of nice weight to kind of get. Yeah. Like, or do you like just throwing peel?
No, I don't mind. We know this line better than...
Let's throw easy peel. Easy peel at that.
Yeah. A good solid normal.
Yeah.
Henne så dimma väldigt lite där. Så jag, bara om farten inte var liksom genom så skulle den i alla fall komma dit. Men i början man bara nej men vi drar till kantlopp.
Right across to it. Okay. So like easy.
2 yellow stones in play. Looking to hit and roll towards the yellow on the right hand side. Trying to get this one to curl. On the nose. Leaves Sweden already sitting 1.
Bloody hell. As soon as you put any weight on them.
Well, 75% for Eve.
Bara köp 11. Ja. Men säkert ligga kvar 2 så marginal.
Again, that very deliberate lift of the sole, cleaning the slider from Anna Hasselberg.
And then she slides it again, cleans it again once she's in the hack. But the pre-shot routine is really important for all the players to have their own, and that they stick to it all the time.
Delicate weight take out. Can she make the hit and roll? Hit and rolls underneath.
Side of that would really ask.
98% for Anna Hasselberg in today's game.
Well, decision time for Scotland. Do they go after the steal, or do they just try and hit and roll off the back yellow?
If that stone was directly behind this, I would have gone for the draw straight away, but it's just because she's kind of got...
But do you think she does though? Like if I get here, she doesn't have that.
I know it's risky, but I like the draw.
And it's definitely a hell of a straighter coming this
way.
Than
This
what
is,
it is
this is nice here.
Yeah. So we basically want to be, just as overburied. Well, not ridiculously to leave her that, but
just off centre on the back 4 would be perfect.
And I don't even mind leaving her that. That's for 2. So hitting that, we're saying have 2 anyway.
Or if it's slightly higher, then she wouldn't have then.
No, slightly higher though. She's got that.
She's got that.
Okay.
We can't be slightly higher.
That number 8 is a pretty hard shot just because it's so straight coming down there.
Yeah,
I like this. Let's go direct. Here.
Yeah, so let's
so
play the draw.
Back-to-back 4 and bringing it almost like
Plenty time on the time clocks for both teams.
I think that'll be.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
close. Yeah, that was pretty unswept though. But just try not. I just don't want to pound it early and hold it out.
And Anna Hasselberg, I think, knew Eve would go for the draw here. That was why they tried to sweep her hit and roll further over so that she could use the yellow to tap up if needed. But a great opportunity now for Eve to come round this long guard and the one in the house.
9. Okay, well then. Where? 9. 8. Just 7.
Well,
Just J.
saying there's plenty in the tank with this one.
8, 9. Just J. Back 4. It's all Line's good. Only if you can.
All about the line now. Just trying to drag it to the back of the 4. Just trying to bury it behind the cover.
That was the same way.
Real nice shot, but I think the tap back at hack weight will be there.
I don't think Anna Hasselberg will be able to see any of that from the hack. It's pretty well buried in there. And if she does play any running on it, it could hang straighter. Another great shot there from Eve Muirhead. Really asking the question now of Anna Hasselberg.
Yeah, it did pass the guard by quite a lot.
It does finish big with dead weight. And it was better actually coming further back to have that distance from the top yellow, so it wasn't an easy raise.
Alltså inte jättelångt bort från den farten jag lirade här i förra gången neråt.
Nej, du behöver lite till.
Ja, den skulle ni kunnat sopa längre också.
Ja, absolut. Till full bak 4.
A lot of communication here about the weight and line.
Ja.
Not a lot of weight in this one.
Plats! Aldrig! Helt out!
She only really needs back ring weight.
Again to curl now though.
Nej!
Taking the curl. Have they got enough weight to push it out for 3? Pushes it. And it is a score of 3 for Sweden in the 6th end. Well worked end by the young Swedes. They extend their lead now. Look at this one once again. Just comes to the face of the red, bumps it through. 6-2 after 6 ends.
Jättebra, bra skjuts. Jag gillar hur den är. Ja, bra.
Tajt. Bra linje. Bra fart. Helt okej linje. Bra linje. Helt bra linje. Ni håller den bra. Ni håller den väldigt rakt. Ni håller den bra. Ni håller den väldigt rakt. Nej, sorry. Den är lite längre.
Seventh end in the matchup between Sweden and Scotland. There is the line score. A big score of 3 in the 6th end for Anna Hasselberg. Gives her a 4-point advantage in this 7th end.
More out than usual. 3. Line is good. 3. 3, 4. Whoa then. Early now. If you can go a bit. Easy. Okay, that's good. Nice. Nice, Lauren. Best bit. Good. Inte lika mycket. Samma linje. Samma linje.
What do you think Scotland can do, Rona, to create an opening in this game?
I think just to sharpen up in some stone placement, front end, and just try and force an error out of Sweden. Sweden are playing very well and just not giving Scotland any opportunities. Scotland just have to put up some corner guards, try and generate 2 at least at this end. It's only the 7th end, so there's still 3 more ends. If they can get a 2 back here, they're back in the game.
Line's good. Halfway. Line's good. Easy on the clean. Halfway. Much distance as possible. Line's good. Vicky clean. Vicky, if you can go. Vicky, go a wee bit. Vicky clean. Hard, Vicky. Hard, Vicky, you gotta go. Hard, Vicky. Hard.
So just putting up the double guard.
Good sweep.
Sweden can't remove them from play. So we see the characteristic, 2 stones in the house and the 3rd one just short. See the time clocks up there, both teams in the 14 minutes left for 4 ends.
Lite tajt. Nej, bra linje. Bra linje. Hake nära. Ja, nära är bra. Hake är bra. Håll igång. Bra linje. Hake nära. Håll igång den. Byt. Hake. Över linan. Gå tills det stannar. Hårt!
So what's important for this shot for Sweden, that they cover the inside so Scotland don't have a hit and roll behind the cover. But they've actually shown a wee bit of it. But Eve deciding, let's remove this guard and roll. They could actually hit this guard and just roll over and give themselves another corner.
Trying to hold the red in play.
Well, I didn't see it hit.
Var inte sett någon inifrån, men jag tror det går rakt.
Just need to catch another inch or so of that yellow guard. The red would have still been in play. Although it's out wide and in play, they can't use it. Switzerland 6-3 ahead of Czech Republic. Anna Kubaskova being forced to draw against 4.
Yep.
Their final stone.
Yep, probably like back line. Hard. Hard.
Makes that pretty comfortably.
Solid back line.
That one now
One yellow.
in Switzerland's favour. 6-4 the score after 7.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. So back line. Yeah.
So Sweden have just peeled off one of the corner guards.
Back line. Easy.
Scotland need to just
Solid. Back line. Clean. Jen.
move these stones about in the head. Tap them back tee that they could potentially freeze them later in the end.
Yep.
Try and get the shooter here to roll behind the corner.
Good.
Yeah, that's a great result. Great shot from Vicky. Gives them something to play with now. So Sweden trying to take the guard and the one in the house. Oh. Does that, but does jam it on the stone in the centre.
I wonder about using their yellows to help us.
So Scotland could come round that corner again or freeze a yellow. Use the corner guard while it's there.
Either or, that's what we spoke about.
I like behind the corner. I like going behind just now. Is a double on them? Yeah.
That's quite easier.
Finland versus Germany. Finland trailing Germany 4-1.
Just back tee.
Possibly a chance for Una Kausta and Finland to score 2. Playing the takeout anyway on the yellow stone.
Vicky!
Una Kausta played mixed doubles at the Olympic Games.
So they do make the hit. How many is it? It's a 2 for Finland. So they only trail by 1. So it's Germany 4, Finland 3.
I think we have to make this.
Make what? The double.
I think so.
Why? Is it worthwhile pushing it back, or are we kind of too late now? We just need to.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I guess it's if we
Just
could
to try and
put that to here. Okay.
Yeah, not too different. Yeah, it seems like.
So what's the thought process behind pushing the yellow back, Rona?
Oh, okay.
Scotland just trying to give themselves something that they could freeze later in the end. And also trying to open it up a bit. But also as well, if there's counters in front, Sweden may make that error and just jam it.
Back line. Oh, Vicky. Good. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
So it wasn't going to curl enough, so swept it for plan B and actually got a pretty good result from it. The shooter freezes that yellow on the side, but Sweden do lie too.
Nej, jag menade att man skulle slå vicka.
Ja. Eller bara käppa. Vi gillar den! Ja. Få bort ryggen, lägga 3.
Ja, men Agnes lirade en 10,5 här.
Yeah, if
Jag gillar den.
anywhere on the high side, that red's going to squeeze across to the other yellow.
10,5. Ja. Bara ligga ovanpå det. Bara vicka kanske lite.
Bara vicka lite eller?
Ja. Vicka in så vi ligger 3. Ja. Typ 10-0, lite mer.
Min hade ett finish liksom. Det var lite längre ut.
Ja. Har ju alla insida.
Ja.
So just looking for a control takeout on the nose.
Yep, probably just very fractionally to the inside of nose, just to lie. Definitely shot off the red. Caught that a lot thinner than she had meant to. So Sweden lie 2.
It's a little bit, I think we've got to do that. Yeah. 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 Just barrier. Remember I had the barrier hit nose for 1. Yeah. It looked a little there, barrier. Yep. Quick, right, so roll right over. Yep.
So just a slight error there from Anna Hasselberg, over curled.
It's going to run. You can roll to here.
Still no major challenge for them.
Kind of nice, solid-ish.
These are the times where you can use the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. Sweden know that they're 4 up. Losing a 2 here to Sweden's not a disaster.
Jag har råd att slida lite tajtare så att den är lite rakt. Ja, jag tänker också det.
And Scotland would dearly love to score 2 here. Close the gap on the scoreboard. Just looking to hit this yellow and roll over.
Doesn't quite get in behind the other yellow. Does leave a double now.
Men alltså det räcker ju att spela den bara så här klick.
He's just not going the way Scotland would like.
Still just hitting them the wrong side of stones. Just struggling to generate any stones in play when they have got the hammer. But the Swedish team, when they're up in the game, very, very strong. Keeping the game clean, can play the big weights very accurately. It is very hard to build up ends against this quartet.
Still can't take your eye off the ball though. Don't want to nose this and leave a double for 2. There goes one, and there goes the other. Sweden sitting 3. All Scotland have got is a nose hit for a single. Final stone of the 7th end. Scotland's E. Muirhead looking for a nose hit on the yellow that's on the button. Line looks good. And this one's going to hit the nose. Scotland score 1. But they still trail by 3 after 7 ends.
Din första.
Men jag ska spela dem som jag har spelat dem, kan vi bara tänka.
Men det går jättefint på dagen igen också.
Ja.
Yeah, that we go
Det var även den
long.
Welcome back to the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships from Tallinn in Estonia.
Easy, Jen.
Jen, you can go a little.
This is a very much one-sided contest. After the first end, Rona, Scotland trailing by 3. What hasn't gone right for Scotland in this matchup?
So I think just stone placement from the front end, trying to get ends set up. They've just not been as sharp. And Sweden have been very sharp today. So not giving Scotland many opportunities at all. Here you can see Sweden trying for the tick. They can't remove the Scottish stone from play. And Sofia Marbergs plays that perfectly. Both stones right out to the side. And that just really sums up the game. You know, whatever Scotland try, Sweden are just bettering it today.
This is a more positive stone.
There's the stats, 82 for Gray,
Yeah, halfway is good.
79 for Marbergs.
Yeah, just anywhere here is good.
Yeah, we're there.
Just here.
Yeah, we're there.
Okay, Jen, go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Hard, Jen.
Nice, LG.
Good. Good sweep.
Good job. Good.
Another centre.
A lite del.
Yeah, but it's getting to the business end of the game now in the last few ends. Previously in the game, Sweden will draw around the centre guard, but
Måste ta bort det så får de testa den då.
now they're quite happy to tick.
Det såg fan inte ut som det var.
However, that stone's been removed.
Alltså,
A hogline violation.
they want to try it. Yep.
Alltså jag vet inte.
So they are allowed to ask the Iceman to check the stone.
Kan lika gärna testa den.
I'll have a look here.
Det gör man då.
Va?
Det gör man.
Han
Man
kommer
bara
in.
vinklar upp den och tar över den.
Vad sa du?
Det skulle kunna vara över.
It's very tight, but I think she just carried that over the hog line.
Det är han som gör det, va? Ja.
Yep, so they are allowed to
What's your time running?
Kan vi få se igen då?
get
think
the
your time
Iceman
was running
on
a
to
bit.
check the stone, that there's not a fault with the eye and the hog handle.
A little bit, I think, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah.
Good.
So they're just going to have the stone checked out by Mark Allen.
Jag tycker allt man ska testa den.
So you can see there Mark Allen will try and activate the handle to check the green lights flash.
It's working.
And
It's working.
he's saying it's working fine, so yes, it was a hogline violation.
Yeah. Isn't he doing that? No? Ah,
Sorry. För den blinkade in först när han gjorde bike.
yeah.
Då blinkade den inte. Sen drog han in den där, då blinkade den.
Yeah, Mark and his team do a fantastic job at these championships.
Ah,
The player's just asking Mark what he was using on the stone.
Han hade en bricka i handen som var en hogline.
Yeah, they really do. The ice this week so far has been fantastic. They work long hours with the A and the B divisions playing.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Easy early if you can. Jen. Jen. Line's really good. 6. Easy. Right, Jen. 6, 7. Hard, Jen. Line's perfect.
With that hog line violation, is that the opening that Scotland need to kickstart something in this game?
Go, go, go. Good shoot. Well played, Vicky.
Yeah, good draw around there from Vicky.
Yeah. 14.
And a fairly even matchup at the second position. 70 for Chalmers, 69 for Knockenhauer. Off with the guard.
Yep. Similar throw. Yep.
So Vicky Chalmers just replaced the centre guard.
Halfway tight. Whoa, line's good. Whoa, whoa, just one in. Line's good. Line's perfect.
3 quarters.
Okay, that's, no, not too deep, guys. Not too deep. Line's really good. A little bit, Jay. No, it's okay.
Well swept.
Just checking.
Meanwhile, over on sheet A, we have Switzerland 6-4 ahead of the Czech Republic. Lena Pats with her final stone, looking to draw another counter in. Already setting one. This one has been kept clean, needs a piece of the forefoot. Is it going to hang around? It is. So a score of 2 for Switzerland. They now lead 8-4 over the Czech Republic.
Halfway tight. Tight. Halfway tight. Lines are here tight, Lauren. Line's good. 3. Halfway. Okay, whoa. Halfway. Whoa. Whoa. 3 quarters of the way off. Tight. No, we're good, we're good, we're good. Off. Nice, Jen. Good call.
Guard
nice
from
shot, Jen.
Jennifer Dodds. Well placed.
Yep, Scotland just have to keep replacing the guards and just hope for that error from Sweden.
Det enda sättet som de kan få 2 emot oss. Jag tror jag gillar så, va?
Sarah McManus just clearing it off.
Enda sättet de kan ligga 2, det är om de drar in
And that's where the Swedish team are so strong. When they're up in a game, they really do control that lead well.
Well, a disappointing game for Jennifer Dodds at 61%. Sarah McManus at 84.
Line's good.
That possibly explains why Scotland find themselves 3 shots down.
Hard, Vic.
Yes, and there's been many ends that Eve Muirhead's had to save
Vicky.
the end
Okay,
rather
good,
than
good,
actually
good.
building up the ends to finish off.
2 nice stones there from Dodds to create a chance. As we see the line scores for all the games that are going on in the arena this morning. Well, things going right for Sweden, running the guard back, taking the red counter out of play in the house. They do leave a guard in play
go out turn. We've had a lot of out turns.
So Finland, Germany.
I think so. Okay.
And
Top 4.
Daniela Jentsch how to draw against 2 Finnish counters.
Okay, top 4.
Just needs better than 8 foot.
Litt schneller aus, ne? Sauber. Sieht gut aus.
Noch gerade.
This one looks as if it's
Smidgen
been played
more.
very well.
14-4, müsste gut sein.
Schreiber's not too worried about it. Drops that one on the tee line, so a single point and a 5-3 lead for Germany over Finland.
Okay. Line's good. Wait only, guys. Line's perfect. Line's good. 6, 7, 7, 8. Wait only. Line's really good. Line only. Line's coming good now. Jen, you can go.
Eve Muirhead
Yes.
just looking to swing
Whoa!
one right round.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Go,
Never.
go.
Okay.
It's back of the tee.
It is buried though. Anna Hasselberg will not be able to see any of it.
Here's the stats, 79 for Eve Muirhead, 91 for Hasselberg.
Vila time!
Taking a time out.
Wayne Medall makes his way down onto the ice.
Du vill hellre lägga topp 4.
Du har ju en flisa
Det är om man ska
där.
göra den.
Det är riktigt äckligt bara när det går rakt, för jag skulle lika gärna kunna göra så här att jag bara touchar den.
Vi kommer ju runda igen oavsett, så du kommer få en till svår på nästa. Jag vet inte. Om vi ska...
Säg att vi klipper garden. Vi kommer ju få ett slag mot 2. Hon kommer ju behöva komma ner ganska djupt för att göra det bra och tufft för oss. Hamnar hon här då är hela 4, det är vi rätt nöjda
Ja,
med.
eller,
liksom.
jag menar, alltså, eller dubbel. Jag menar, så här, skulle vi tappa 1, alltså, det är dåligt. Men... What do you like?
You're either going to draw on this one or probably draw or hit on your next one. What if you peel the guard? Where's she going?
Yeah, that's what I said
it
too.
feels like,
Yeah, if we peel the guard, she's probably going like either there or there.
Yeah.
So I draw to the 4
You're
or
gonna,
I...
you're gonna,
You're
you're
gonna hit.
still
Or
gonna
hit.
hit. You're still probably gonna hit though.
Yeah, I could hit, yeah,
You're
both
still gonna
there.
hit, right?
And it will probably be close to the same path
Yeah,
as I'm
like-
throwing my peel now.
If you peel it, yeah, like you got this whole side, but we haven't played the side
No,
much,
that's true.
right? So
You still have 3, so hitting is good.
Depending on where...
peeling is good.
So peel.
Peel, and then she goes in. If she's anywhere inside, probably the 8 foot, you try and run the double.
I like that.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
do
You got to
two
play the
days, yeah.
scoreboard
Yeah,
in this
like that,
scenario. Okay.
It's close
Okay.
to the same
Let's
line
go.
too, so I will have... Jag gillar det.
det är bra. Vill du spela out?
Jag träffade innan.
Very good analysis there of the game from Wayne Medall, the Swedish coach.
Yeah, it's really important, you know, to really look at the scoreboard. You're in the 8th end, you're 3 up, you've got the hammer. Play the scoreboard, don't get sucked into the position that you might think you want to here.
Det var ju längre ut. Eller längre in menar jag. Jag gick ändå hyfsat
Ja,
rakt.
där gick det rakt, precis.
So basically you peel the guard, Eve will probably put it 8 foot, so you're either going to be left with a double or a draw.
Igen. 6-8. Ligger bra. Bra Anna.
So it's the first time Scotland's really asked the question.
So just here? Yep. Full 12.
Backa lite.
And it's from that hogged stone from Sophia Marberg's. The beginning of the end in Scotland have
Jag bara tänkte på...
just continued to guard really well throughout the end.
Nice. Hon spelar ju full 12.
Ja. Men då drar vi.
Just looking for this one, top of the 12 foot, so just in the blue scoring area.
It
looks heavy.
Yep. Can go.
Yeah, we can.
You can. You can. You can.
Whoa.
Go, 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 go. Hard.
Good. Good.
Yep, really well played.
Yeah, that really came
Great
good.
line.
Nice weight, Eve. Nice weight. That weight.
And it puts that doubt into Anna's mind. Do I go for the double? Do I go for the draw?
What do you prefer in this situation?
In this situation, playing the scoreboard, I would go for the hit.
Lite försiktigare än förra.
Ja. Spelar du high eller?
Lite insida.
Ja. Ja.
It is the 8th end. You always like to score in the 8th end of a 10-end game. However, for Anna Hasselberg, she is 3 up. She loves these big shots, double takeouts.
Final stone of this 8th end. Anna Hasselberg trying the run double. Have they held it? And that one goes over the top. So a steal for Scotland. They get their single point. And trail by 2. It's Scotland 4, Sweden 6.
To next round.
Yeah. Good.
I like going high again.
Det är bättre. Rally.
Good on time now.
Yeah, just
Poäng här är bra.
Poäng, alltså precis. Vi är fortfarande 2 upp, så är vi 3 upp så är det fortfarande bra. Det är sista, även med 5 dagar.
Absolut.
Så se till att ta att...
sa det på timern oavsett. Och sen,
ja, om den var inne på 8, ja. Nu var det ner 12.
Ja, och att
jag
är lite
köpte,
det var länge sedan
så var jag lite, jag fick inte ringa givet ändå.
Men då är det bra att säga.
Ja, jag gjorde det. Jag sa det.
9th end. Scotland trailing by 2.
Okay.
And that is not a great start from Lauren Gray, throwing that guard into the scoring area, which means it can be removed from play.
Just looking for a fairly close guard here. Because Sweden can't hit it.
Yeah, we're 4 again. Yeah,
oh, sweepers are saying it's in again.
Well, a couple of poor shots from Lauren Gray, just not
yeah, like I'm getting really slow time.
Finding our weight in this end. It really puts pay to any chance they've got of creating anything and making a steal once again in this 9th end. Sweden setting 1, and Scotland just going to persevere with the guard. And this is the 5th stone of the end, so anything after this can be removed from play.
Okay, line's good. Easy Halfway, line's really good.
So over on sheet A, Switzerland 8-4 ahead of the Czech Republic.
Curling now.
Kubiskova.
Okay, we're good,
Czech
I
Republic
think.
drawing against two Swiss stones.
Good, Vicky.
Nice
That's
weight.
it. Grip speech víc zatím.
Just needing to be a little bit better than 8 foot. Looks to be good for weight. That one just gets a piece of the button. And a single point for the Czech Republic. They now trail 8-5 after 9.
Krásně. Yeah, fog. Was it the motion? Like to make sure she didn't want it higher or closer.
Scotland really just, again, looking for a mistake. It's the only way they will get anything from this 9th end.
Let it come down. We're good. Nice, Vic. Well, nice weight. Well swept.
Agnes knocking her. Steady game from her. Just doing the basics well.
Just give you two and you can get it there.
Yep.
Yep, Scotland just have to keep persevering with the guards.
Yeah. Body language of the Scots has changed quite dramatically here in this 9th end. Shoulders have kind of dropped. Not much communication between the sweepers and the skip. This is a nice shot from Jennifer Dodds.
Yeah, drawn right round the yellow top 12.
Nice. Nice, Jen. Good.
Great shot. And this is still a new quartet for Scotland. Team change for Eve. After many years playing with Anna Sloan, change of third, bringing in Jennifer Dodds. So that takes time as well to get to know each other and work out how each other play the game and throw the stone. Oh, fantastic answer there.
Yeah, runs the yellow back onto the red.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, Sweden sitting 2. What a shot.
Eve, I think you want to get tea? Yeah, similar. Okay, just similar, okay.
Just asking Jen Dodds to play the same shot, going round this yellow top 12.
Yep, agreed. Line's good. Line's good.
And that's where the ice conditions are really great for players to be able to draw around stones in the house and be fully buried.
Hard, guys! Vicky!
Just trying to
right back here. Go, go,
drag this one down with the sweeping.
Hard, Vicky!
Got it past.
Okay, well swept.
I've got it past, but just didn't have enough weight.
A wee bit later.
Yeah. Vill du behålla egen? Vi vill gärna behålla egen. Ja, den som vi sätter ner behåller vi.
So electing to drive the yellow onto the red rather than just go straight after the red. There is a risk. You could stick the red on the back yellow. Just double checking that. Back heel is in.
The deeper the better still shot.
Yeah.
Italy versus Russia.
The deeper the better.
And Russia already setting 2.
Just similar to what we've thrown it, it's not any different up here.
Alina Kovaleva just looking to draw another one in and close this game out. Already the handshake being offered in the background. They make it perfectly, and it's a score of 3. 11-4, the final score for sheet E, and another win for Russia. What a start for them.
Fuck, sorry.
That one from Eve Muirhead, just a little heavy, right through the house.
Ja, just det, den curlade jag. Ja, sant. Ta lite mindre än det då. Nu har vi lite där så kommer inte komma ut. Sara, vi kan ta lite mindre om vi inte råkar fastna i.
Yeah, they're the Russian girls just making their way back to the home end.
vill bara lägga så att vi inte så att de kan bli skott bakom vår 8.
New lineup this year, and beginning to find their feet and hit a bit of form.
Yep, it's a long week with 9 round-robin games in the A division. So it's a great start for them, 2 wins out of 2.
Mycket flow i sliden, tjejer.
Nästan ner på 10.
Den bryter ganska bra.
Den är bak 4.
Ligger 10.
Ta med den. Den rör sig mycket.
Bak 10.
Okej.
Bak 4.
Eka då. Eka.
Bak 4.
Eka.
Den håller sig bra.
Ligger 10. Bak 10. 10 nu.
Bra. Bra skott, tjejer.
Bra skott. Bra så.
Okay, freeze that. Yeah.
Det var min första som jag lite mer klar. What did you get?
Sweden sitting definitely 2, possibly 3.
43. I think I was 2. I think I was 14 and a half. Yes. And I think I was probably a wee bit early.
Yep, Scotland really now, all they can do is go for the dead freeze, live shot. Force Anna Hasselberg to make an error.
Okay.
Easy to find the corner of this yellow in the 8 foot.
Line's good.
6, 7. Line only.
Ways out there. We're bumping.
8.
Let's go behind Ben. Jen.
Okay, Jen.
Whoa.
Doesn't curl enough, just catches the edge. Well. Straightforward hit for Anna Hasselberg to close the game. Scotland surely won't come out for a 10th end if Anna Hasselberg picks up at least 3.
Vill jag clearing bara?
Vad sa du?
Ja, kämpa med clearing.
Sätter den som förra clearingen här.
Ja, gillar det.
Bara raka.
Den har vi. Mitt på nosen.
Final stone for Anna Hasselberg. Lots of weight on this one. Just keeping this one clean. Right on the nose.
4.
And it is a score of 4.
Oh, okay.
For
Thank
Sweden.
Sorry, watch your hands.
I just told Lauren, you don't want to touch us.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so a 10-4 win for Sweden. Very dominant performance from Anna Hasselberg on our side.
Ni får inga Okej,
vi kan göra sånt.
Så, härligt tjejer. Bra match.
Vi dominerar den här matchen.
Ja, verkligen. Grymt tjejer.
The reigning Olympic champions with 2 wins now here at the European Championships.
Jag fan inte. Det kom liksom inte av sig själv där på morgonkvisten. Oj då.
Ja, vi fick en 4. Jag tror att jag var helt 100 för att han var med.
Ja, okej.
Ja, och jag bara, okej, jag måste väl göra det.
This is Elena Patz playing the takeout on Yellowstone in the 8-foot, and there it is. There's the handshake. That's enough. They've run the Czech Republic out of stones in the 10th end. 8-5, the final score in that one.
Thank you, good luck. Ah, it's ours. Thank you, good luck. Thank you, good luck. Thank you, good luck.
Elsewhere, there is still a matchup between Latvia and Denmark. Latvia, look at that. 2 in the 6th, still 1 in 7 and in 8, and still another 2 in 9 to have a commanding lead of 8 points to 5 in this 10th end. Iveta Stasa Sarsuna for Latvia with a chance to pick up a win. Just needs to catch an edge off this yellow. Might be better just peeling the guard, but going after the shot stone. Lots of weight. Playing it safe and pulling the guard off. That was the right call. They're 3 up. Get an open hit with their last to close the game out. This is Madeleine Dupont. Not had a fantastic game. Just looking to hit the paint and ask the question.
Good, Matt.
Okay.
So, opportunity for Latvia. Well, some impressive numbers from Iveta. Just needing to remove the yellow. This one looks good. Doesn't need to hang around. And they are the winners of this matchup. It's a very important win for the Latvians. Trying to stay in the A division will be the main goal for them, along with Denmark. So 8-6, the final score. And the final game that is still going on is Finland versus Germany. All square at 5-5. Finland looking to steal this away from Germany. Germany look to be sitting one on the tee line. And Alina Jentsch for Germany, trying to open things up. Try both guards off.
Okay, good job.
Only makes a single. At what point, Rona, do you try and get one around the guard?
Not yet. Still early enough in the end. Even if it's down to Skip's last stone. Finnish fans in the stands, you see, waving at the camera.
Finland just trying to get something in. This one looks pretty good from third player. Oh, it's a really nice draw onto the button.
It's not buried, but it does cause a problem to Germany. They have to make a play on it. Germany could just peel off the guard and try and peel the one off the button as well. But that's dangerous in case they hit the pile. Tap their yellow that the second shot out.
Du musst dich ihn ungefähr haben. Ganz dünn. Ganz dünn. Weil wir müssen an dem noch vorbei.
So if you were Finland, would you be happy with the stone placement so far?
Yeah, I think they've got that centre guard, and at the end of the end, all they want is cover to be able to draw around, to lie the shot guarded. So they've still got that guard, even after this shot.
Emira Abez trying to angle this yellow in. Well, this is difficult now for Finland.
It is, because that has stayed on top of the button. It's very difficult for Finland to get in for a shot without moving that.
Siis ihan T-voima vai? T-voima. Ei. Tarvii nousta. Tarvii nousta. Lotta yritä.
Lots of weight on this one. Uash from Finland. Just trying to get some separation.
It's a pretty good result actually, because she does remove the second counter back, and that red is there usable to put it onto the shot. And they have a centre guard. So it does give Finland options now.
Wenn wir die Guard nehmen und sie schiebt den nachher da drauf, habe ich dann irgendwas Schnelles zum Aufräumen.
But I think if you're Germany here, you have to clear the guard.
Time out.
You've got last stone.
Time.
Wäre halt schon nicht schlecht. Sie geht halt dann wahrscheinlich immer auf den und wenn die Guard weg ist, kannst
Das
du...
Ding ist
Uli
halt,
Kapp.
sie wird so oder so, wenn wir die Guard lassen.
He himself, lots of European experience and world experience.
Macht Sinn, selber abzugarden.
Oder nochmal hier ran, aber dann halt auch nicht.
Ob wir die Guard nehmen oder ob wir selber zumachen sollen. Weil sie wird nachher den
Finding
machen, dann liegt sie halt zweimal.
something to do in between the games here.
Ja.
But,
Deswegen, also
Germany
Taylor
taking their
finde ich
time out.
keine gute
Ich finde jetzt auch
Option.
nicht, da kannst du nur noch... Ich finde den auch nicht schlecht, aber wenn wir...
Sie kann halt auch...
Ja, aber der ist halt schon schwer.
Der fällt schon...
Dolly, so dass ich ihn nicht rauskriege, ist schwer. Ist halt jetzt wirklich die Überlegung, entweder Guard aufmachen oder Guard legen. Weil es ist halt, sie wird so oder so, wird sie den machen. Wenn ich zumache, wird das schwieriger für sie. Weil wenn ich jetzt aufmache, macht sie sicher nachher den Lick zweimal. Und dann habe ich aber keinen Winkel, um da in die Tasche zu kommen, dass beide gehen. Der bleibt vor allem da hinten hängen. Nee, das ist klar. Bloß ich muss halt gucken, weil ich kann nicht nachher noch irgendwas... Ich meine, momentan hat sie einen schweren, wenn ich halt jetzt zumache.
Darf der auch vorne 12 sein oder muss
Ich weiß. Nur die Frage ist halt, wenn ich jetzt aufmache, wie mache ich auf? Oder beziehungsweise, was ist ihr nächstes Ding? Was hättest du gemacht? Einfach den aufmachen. Ja, von beiden Seiten halt, ja. Okay, machen wir die Guard weg. Einfach den Guard peel.
Well, Rona, sounds like they were in agreement. Peeling the centre guard, it's the only danger stone that's really in play.
Yeah, it's the only danger stone for Germany right now. So, Uli's words of advice. He's won gold medal at this event 3 times. So they're drawing on his experience.
Alles! Und Shooter. Gut.
Off of the guard. So what do Finland do now?
I'd say they're lying quite well to raise that red onto the yellow with her last stone. And maybe just put up the guard now. But it looks as though they're going to play on this with their first stone.
Ihan snadisti vielä. Isompi vai? Eiku pienempi.
The thing is, if Finland come in and do play on this round the forefoot, it gives Germany a much bigger target to hit in the house, and they would be happy to have play in the house. So I think Finland could put up a guard with their first. Nakausti just going for a gentle tap back on this. So she has made it. Unfortunately, her shooter has rolled over. She wanted her shooter to stay more on top of that red. The double on the reds is there. Maybe Germany are going to lose their yellow counter, but that doesn't matter to them. They just want the forefoot open.
Yeah, you just come down and hit that one on the right hand side, the top yellow. Hard on maybe half stone to 3/4.
Ja, dann hau doch hier.
Diese konnte man gut runterziehen.
Okay.
Una Kausti represented Finland at the first ever first ever Olympic mixed double curling event this year in Pyeongchang.
Struggling a little bit on her hits. It's been interesting to see how she performs in this one. Lots of rotation. Madek gets rid of 2 of the reds. It could come down to that red and yellow that are just biting the forefoot.
It could, because it's quite difficult to see who's lying shot between them. I think it might be red. Yes, ideally if Finland knows this, then Germany couldn't nose them, but if she does nose it, she could also leave a double.
So, 2 stones remaining. Finland looking to hit and stick. Well, they asked the question.
Certainly have. She looks a bit disappointed at that.
Well, take another look at it. Just needed to curl an inch more.
I think she was more disappointed that she didn't actually lift the double, but I don't think that was the importance of that shot, to be fair. Because she could have actually left an easier double had she lifted the double.
So which one are they going to go after?
I think Germany have to hit the one that's lying short for definite. We don't know who's second shot, but they have to hit that one on the left-hand side of the screen and spring over and just punch the other one.
Normal.
You don't even need to move the other red as long as the shooter rolls into shot position. And she should be happy. She's got an open shot to play to win. No guards in her way.
So final stone in the 10th for Daniela Jentsch. Trying to hit and roll the counter into the forefoot. Must be close. Here we go, great shot from the skip. They pick up 2, but only needed the single. A 7-5 win for Germany. As Germany pick up their first win. Final score, Finland 5, Germany 7.
Nice.
Our feature match was between Scotland and Sweden. Fifth end. Sweden sitting 4. Scotland's Eve Muirhead being asked to draw the can. Drops this one right on the button for a single to trail by 1 at the break. 6th end. Scotland sitting 1 back at the forefoot. Anna Hasselberg with a final stone, playing the quiet weight tap back on the in turn. Marberg's And knocking her, just dragging this one through. And Sweden picked up 3 for a 6-3 lead. Ninth end, Scotland trying all they could, but they left Anna Hasselberg with a nose hit to score 4, and the end of the game. Final score: Scotland 4, Sweden 10.
Sorry, wash your hands, guys.
I just told Lauren, you don't want to touch us. Oh my goodness.
Here are all the scores from session 4 in the second round robin game for the women. Switzerland 8-5 winners over the Czech Republic. We saw Scotland defeated by Sweden 10-4. Latvia 8-6 winners over Denmark. Germany winners over Finland 7-5, and Italy struggling against the Russians 11-4 the score there. So 3 teams sitting top of the table: Russia, Switzerland and Sweden on 2 wins. Finland, Germany, Latvia and Scotland with 1 win. And yet to get off the mark, Czech Republic, Denmark and Italy.
Anna, many congratulations. A repeat of last year's final. What gave you the advantage over Scotland today?
Not sure actually. Just think we kept we played a little bit better on each position. So, and they had to gamble a little bit when they came down with one. So, could have gone either way. I think it was a tight game as always when you play this team.
But at what point did you actually feel in control of the game?
Actually never until you get you get a big score like this in the ninth. You know that you have to be focused all the way when you play Evie, so we did that.
And you had a really strong season last year, obviously Olympic gold. Coming into this European Championships, what's your goal this week as a team?
Just to play really well and be focused on our own game, and of course we want to medal, and of course we want to win, but just take one game at a time and one shot at a time.
Great, well, many congratulations today. Thank you.
Well, that was winning skip Anna Hasselberg after her 10-4 win over Scotland's Eve Muirhead. So that's it from session 4 here in Tallinn, Estonia. So from Rona and myself, Kenny, thanks for listening.